You ever try to make a gun in Sulfur and it ends up like this? Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there. It could be tough learning the gun building mechanics of the game, but it is the true end game of Sulfur at the moment, that is. They've mentioned in Endless Mode that we should see eventually that for a lot of people that's going to be like the end game, you know, just see how far you can get. It's going to be nice, a little arcadey feel there. But today I wanted to talk about all the stuff about gun building. I've set up some guns, I've set up some things we can do, and I'm going to break down as much as I possibly can to explain everything that I know about gun building, and then hopefully hear from you guys about the little tips and advice and information that you have about gun building. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Also, this gun right here, this big old piece of work is a... I need to find somewhere to... You know what? I'm just going to put this right here because I don't want that around me anymore. That had Careless Splitter, Elephant Oil, Boomstick, Cartoon, and Blindfold, which are the, like, 5 meme oils of the game. I'm just going to throw this away. Don't even worry about that. Don't put those on anything that you actually care about. Now, if we look in here, I've got every oil in the game. I'm not going to go through all of them because that would literally... It would take, like, an hour, and it would just be me reading the text that is on the oils. These are the oils that are in the game right now. If you want, like, all the information on them, like, down to the every single word and number, I would visit the Sulfur Wiki. I assume it's on there. I've not looked for it or anything. I don't really use the Wiki, but that's just because I played so much, so I just know everything off the top of my head. So if you want, like, an in-depth reading fun time, go ahead and check out the Wiki for that. This is all the scrolls. If you want my breakdown on all the scrolls, I did a video where I tier listed them. The only things that have changed is Aftershock got nerfed, and Scroll of Rocket Launcher got added back in. So we'll talk a little bit about scrolls, but for the most part, I've already broke all of them down and exactly what they do. So maybe watch that video before this, and you'll have a full understanding of what guns can do. Because today we're going to go over the oils. I said I would never tier list the oils, and I'm not going to do that today because that would take an eternity and a lifetime, and I'm not going to do it. It would take way too much time to make that happen. But we will go over, like, the chisels and everything. It's real easy. A lot of the stuff in the game is pretty self-explanatory. Like, I don't feel the need to explain... I am in dev mode, by the way. That's why I'm opening this. I don't feel the need to explain what every single weapon attachment does because it says what they do. I will explain the ones that you could pretty much use all the time are the laser sights. Laser sights, you can put on pretty much anything. It just helps when you're moving. It helps to keep your aim consistent. So... that's good for moving and shooting, so pretty much every gun in the game. Look for priming bolts, look for gun cranks. Gun cranks will change your semi-auto to an automatic. Priming bolts will change your automatic to a semi-auto. So if you're looking for a fun, quirky gun, like you wanted to turn the Star and Witness into the best version of the Star and Witness, you'd want to put a gun crank on it and turn it into like 2 little SMGs, and that thing is dangerously good. It's one of the best guns in the game if you turn it into that. I'm only going to be talking about the corpse makers today because I find that to be the most accessible, easy weapon to get because anyone can go into caves and get it from the Hawkland guy. So find the Hawkland salesman in caves, get a corpse maker. It's an AR, so you can run the entire game with it, and that's why I use it for everything because it's super easy to get, and you could do any of the stuff I do here today on your own. Okay, and then, yeah, the other stuff is really self-explanatory. Silencers, silence your guns, reduce recoil and spread. The sights increase crit chance, and you get to use a sight. So I don't think I need to go too in-depth with that. It's the oils, man. The oils. I'm already feeling like this is going to be a daunting task because the oils are so crazy. It actually took me a few days to set this up. I've been working tirelessly to think of all the best information I can give you guys on this because I love the gun building in this game, and the oils are what make it so much fun because they're all so unique and quirky and weird. So I wanted to get everything set up so I didn't have to sit here and be like, should we add this one to this one and then we can make that one, right? That'd be fun for like a live stream or something. Which I'm not saying we can't do. I keep clicking the wrong buttons. But instead I went through and I just made a bunch of guns, and we'll go through them. We'll talk through them. And then any questions you have, raise your hand and I'll get to you. But first things first. I wanted to do rank 1 guns, rank 2 guns, rank 3 guns, rank 4 guns, rank 5 guns, depending on where you are, how much you're struggling. If you just need a quick gun and you need a good oil, for me, it's nothing beats the tandem oil, which is minus 15% damage and plus 100% projectiles. So if you're doing math there, you're getting pretty much double damage with a little bit less because you're shooting 2 bullets. It does look cool, too. I think it makes the gun look a little bit more interesting when it fires. It's almost got like a... It looks a little deadlier. That would be my favorite if I was just running the 1 oil. But I also really like the boulder oil, which is plus 20% damage, more bullet drop, bigger bullets, and a bullet bounce. Why I like this one so much is because it dramatically changes the way the bullet looks, and I think that's cool. It turns it into a boulder. You see that? I like that a lot. And if you're getting real crazy with that, if you wanted to make just the biggest bullets possible, where'd I put that damn gun? Right here. So if you wanted to make the biggest, I'm still having to do that, aren't I? The biggest bullets possible, you could do boulder, heavy, solid, and elephant oil. We went over boulder. Heavy is going to give plus 60% damage, more bullet drop, bigger bullets. Solid will do the same thing, but just plus 40. Elephant oil is insane, and I do not recommend this oil for most things. It's one of the meme oils of the game. It's not something you should be seeking out too often, but it's going to give 200% projectile, 25% less damage, plus 10% recoil, minus 50% movement speed, because elephants are slow, apparently. I don't know, are elephants actually slow? Or when they start sprinting with the size of them, are they actually kind of dangerous and fast? I don't know, I've not been around any elephants. More bullet drop, bigger bullets, and then plus 200% spread. I don't even understand the last one. I don't understand the meme that's there, but then your bullets can be big. Then you're shooting bowling balls, and that's pretty freaking cool. That's a fun little gun, and it's decently strong, 210 times 3. But that's not the biggest the bullets can go. No. If we're looking for the biggest these bullets can go, I think I put that in here, right? Right here. You just slap on a rocket launcher onto that thing. Check this out. That's a big rocket. That's a very big rocket. And we'll get into rocket launcher because they added it back, but it's really the only scroll I'm going to be showcasing a lot of here because they added it back, but it's in a weird spot. All right, there's still a lot of bugs surrounding this gun. I don't know if actually I should have checked this myself, but I'm gonna do it right now. BMGs are the biggest bullets in the game, so let's see if we add that to this, if those rockets get any bigger. Yeah, I think they did. If it's any bigger, it's negligible, but they got a little bit bigger, I think. Okay, if we keep moving, we can go to some solid options for a rank 2 gun. If you just wanted 2 oils on your gun, you didn't want to take too much of a hit to your durability, you could do the solid and heavy. These give you exactly times 2 damage with bigger bullets and more bullet drops, so your gun's going to be sagging a little bit. It's ass be too fat, but it's going to be doing twice the amount of damage. So you're getting 217 compared to 96, which... What? Well, it does plus 100% more damage, so it should be times 2, but it's doing more than that. Well, that's weird. It should be 180... it should be what? 192? I'm not good at math. So it should be 192, but it does 217. So you're getting actually a little bit of a increase on that. I don't know why. The numbers in this game are wrong all over the board, apparently. That's weird. It should just be plus 100. 40 and 60. Yeah, I'm bad at math, but not that bad. Okay, what is this? What was my thought process? Oh. I was like, why? Why would you want to use multi-shot and flea oil? So like I said, I've been taking a few days to set this up. But this is going to do minus 70% damage and 200% projectile amount. And then flea oil will do plus 2 bullet bounces, smaller bullets, and minus 50% damage. Now, why would you ever want that? Is if you're looking to make a non-lethal gun. And that sounds weird, and it is, but it's usable. And if you were to put charm on this, you could make like an RTS army. I love doing that. I love using charm to not kill and just make a bunch of people on my side. This is an easy way of doing that. You just take these two, slap, where the hell is charm? There it is. You slap charm on there, and you've got people fighting on your side. I, for a second there, thought I wasn't recording. Dude, I hate OCD. It's like a living nightmare. Or whatever in my brain is making me do that. Okay, so now on to my favorite oil combination. One of the earliest ones I figured out, and one of my, just like I said, favorite oil combos in the game. And this might seem a little scatterbrained, but that's because I drank like 5 of those bouncing potions or oils before I started. You know, I don't know what I'm saying. but I'm just breaking it down as I put it together. And in my brain, it makes sense. In my brain, it makes sense. These are a bunch of, like, this initially started as the best oil combinations in the game, but then I realized I could just squeeze in all the other information as we go along, ADHD style. Oh, I keep talking about my mental illness. That's how you can confirm it's there. Okay, so for this, you're going to be making an infinite ammo gun. Any gun you want, you can make infinite ammo with Savior, which is going to do minus 40% ammo consume chance, minus 100% loot chance, and I'm going to get into loot chance in a second. Bulk oil, which will do minus 40% ammo consume and more bullet drop, and then keep, which will do minus 20% ammo consume and no organs drop. So, if you do the math there, that's exactly 100%, meaning this bad boy will never reload again. If you wanted to slap on, what would you want to put on there? Something to help with the recoil. That would be good because you're constantly shooting. So you want to put like a... Where is that thing? I should just have the attachments ready to go. My favorite to use is like a Bresnik BMD because it's like the least ugly, I think. I like the way it looks. Just a little thing on the front there. And you've got infinite ammo on this gun for the rest of your days. It's great. I love it. I use it all the time. Oh, yeah. So as far as like things that say no organs dropped, no loot chance, all this, I saw someone make a review when we did our bad reviews, when we looked at everybody's negative reviews on Steam. And they said, I put an oil on my gun that made it so I could no longer loot. That's not what that means. That means when you kill somebody, they're not going to be dropping loot. You can still go around and loot. These oils are for people that have completely got everything they want and they just want to run through, kill stuff. You don't need organs anymore. You don't need loot chance anymore. These are totally fine to use. These are like endgame things. These are the powerful oils that you lose a bit of the rookie level stuff, and you should be a little weary on using these when you're starting out. Okay, and then on to another number 3. This one is interesting because it's like a lot of people try this game and then they're thinking, oh, my bullets aren't hitting when I'm shooting right at them. That's the spread and everything, sweetheart. Don't worry. This gun is made to help you if you're having troubles with spread. You haven't played a lot of Counter-Strike. You haven't played a lot of Valorant or like Halo Reach, which is that's a reach. I mean, that's way back there. That's just the first time I remember seeing Bloom and spread and not being a fan of it. Eventually, I've come around to it. Obviously, Sulfur's like my favorite game, so I've obviously come around to the idea of spread, and I don't hate it anymore. But at one point, I was adamantly opposed to it as well, so eventually you can adjust. Contained Force is going to give you minus 45% recoil and minus 20% max durability. Stable Hip will give you minus 62% recoil and disables aiming. And then Dead Center will give you minus 2 spread plus 1 recoil. That's why we have these recoil oils here, because Dead Center's pulling most of the work here. And then you're going to want to take a Warmage Compensator to help bring that spread down to minus 0.25, which is fine, I think. So, yeah, it just becomes a laser beam. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You can move around freely and not have to worry about your bullets not hitting where they're supposed to be if that's been a big issue for you. You're only taking up 3 oil slots with that, so you've got 2 more to increase damage or projectiles with tandem and stuff. Just be careful what you're putting on there, and that becomes that just makes those a non-issue. So those 3 are really good for that. Obviously, you can't aim anymore. And it's dependent on the gun. Some guns come default with more spread than others and recoil, but that's to be expected. Not every gun performs exactly the same, you freaking weirdo. So for this next one, you're going to be looking at a 4 oil gun, and it's going to give you aimless oil, which is going to be a plus 30% crit chance and disables aiming. It's one of the most weirdest oils in the game because you're disabling aiming, but giving crit chance. You would assume you need to aim for that, but you don't. You don't need to aim. As long as you have crit chance on the gun, you don't need to aim. Out-of-the-box oil is going to give you plus 20% crit chance and minus 30% durability. I mean, that really is out of the box. The crit oils are weird in this game. They're one of my least favorites. Axe oil will give you plus 25% crit chance and more bullet drop. And then slot machine oil will give you plus 25% crit chance and plus 20% chance to consume extra ammo. That's why I don't like these. And that'll give you 30, 50, 75, and then 100. So this is an option. If you want to put 4 oils on a gun, I don't recommend this. But if you did just want to do this, You have yellow. You could turn anyone you want yellow. That's how you say that, yeah. So if we spawn somebody in here, let's just do you. I don't know. Oops. We'll turn all these guys yellow real quick. See how it's 100% critting no matter what, and critting will give you double damage. So if you want a double damage gun, the hard way, this is a way to do it without doing heavy and solid, and for some reason getting an even more bigger bump to that. But you could also, if you wanted to, take just the aimless oil, axe oil, and out of the box oil, so you don't get that consume ammo chance garbage, and then slap on a sniper scope, and then you're still getting 100%, and you don't have to ADS. So what we'll do is we'll spawn them in. We'll have the sight on. Watch. Okay, it's not. They might have fixed it. Wait, hold on. Were they turning yellow? Let me see. No, they're turning yellow. Okay, I thought they were turning white for a second there, but that's probably after they died or something. I don't know. Did they? No. They might have fixed it. That might have been a bug. Let me see. Now I'm freaking out. No, they're turning yellow. I think it's after they die they start to turn white. Let me see. No, he turned white. Okay, they must have fixed it. So you do have to ADS to get that crit chance. So those oils are going to be really the best way to do that. If you want to avoid that plus 25%. I didn't know that was a bug, but apparently that was a bug. I think I might have seen something about them saying they fixed it, but I kind of blocked out that notion entirely. But it was fun while it lasted. I'm sorry. You'll have to use these oils. We just learned together. I didn't take it out into the field and test it because I frankly didn't have enough time, and I want to get a video out because it's been a few days. I'm trying my damnedest not to let it go 2 or 3 days without a video. Or I should say 3 or 4, because 2 days without a video, that's just what it's going to be sometimes. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Okay, so for this next one, what the hell is this? Oh, this is this is going to be a max bullet drop gun, and I'll explain why I made this. That's Bombard is going to give you minus 10% damage, plus 200% projectile speed amount. Sorry. More bullet drop. Easy plop will give you less, 65% less recoil and more bullet drop, and then heavy and solid again. So there's a reason I made this. This looks like why. Okay, yeah. Why would I use this? This is one limp noodle dick gun of a gun. Dick gun of a gun. All right, cool. But the reason I made that is because there is one scroll in the game that will negate every sort of side effect from bullet drop, and that is the rocket launcher scroll. And this is going to be a tough can of worms that we have here, guys, because yes, there's no more bullet drop. That's just what it looks like by default. This is it with the same oils on it. So if we look at the limp dick and we switch to the rocket launcher, but you're going to notice something, and I hope you notice it. What was that? You see that? See that? Watch. They disappear. They're not doing any damage when they get out here. They're just disappearing, and I figured this out. This is one of the reasons why this took even longer than it should have. Okay, I was too close. So you're going to see it's not going to blow this guy up. Nothing. They just disappear. And I figured out what was doing this, and it's much weirder than I'd like it to be. It's actually kind of annoying. So if we put this away, this is a bug. Can we stop fixing the fun bugs like the crit chancing without ADSing and a sniper scope, please? And can we fix these bugs? Because this is actually pretty annoying when using a rocket launcher scroll. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this, and this. I'm going to put this back. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna sum this up real easy for you. So I did a lot of things. I was like, where am I messing up with this gun? Where... Oh, I should have brought that with me. Hold on, I got to go back and get that. I'll just continue my story, because I don't remember exactly where I need to be for that to work. Where I did the testing. There it is. So I was like, is it the tandem? Is it too many projectiles? Is it too heavy of bullets? What's causing it to disappear and do nothing? Let me see if I can find the spot I need to stand in. I should have, like, memorized. Okay, right here's good. Potentially. Okay, let's... So what it is every time you add an additional enchantment onto a rocket launcher weapon, you decrease the range that the rockets will fly. And for some reason, they can't just explode wherever the range maxes out. They just disappear. Whereas if you just put this on, I think they'll last forever. I think they'll just, like, go wherever you want. I don't know if we could even see the explosion from here. That might be a little too far. Wait. You hear that? I heard an explosion. No, I'm just kidding. But let's shoot it there. So they seemingly will last forever in air without any other enchantments. So if we shoot that one, oh, never mind. So we're learning together. I'm never afraid to hide my ignorance, and that is me being ignorant of the fact that rockets will disappear regardless of the distance, or regardless of the amount of enchantments. But the more you put on, the less distance that gets. Now, I think it should explode at the end of it instead of just going away, going bye-bye. Very strange bug, a very annoying bug. So let's do this real quick because I set this up, damn it, and we're going to do it. So we put that on, and then we're going to put Bombard on. Let me just get this out of here. And it will still make it. It should. Pop, pop, pop. And then we're going to put Easy Plop. That should make it. And then we're going to put Heavy. This one, I don't know if it'll make it. It doesn't make it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. And then we put all 5, and it barely goes anywhere. So, if you wanted to negate the bullet drop, you don't like that. There's no oils that increase bullet height. I don't know what they would put for that. That's probably why it's not in there, because it's so strange. But if you wanted to do that, this is an option for you to do that. Just be careful, because the rockets travel so slowly, and by the time they've traveled to their target, you might already be in trouble, and you might be dead meat. So, why is this up here? Oh yeah, dog tags. Dog tags and sheriff's things. I forgot to get the sheriffs out. Man, that's embarrassing. So, if we look at these, a sheriff's badge is going to give you plus 15% revolver damage, and a dog tag is going to give you plus 15% assault rifle damage. So, if you're thinking about it, the 2 guns to build the strongest possible weapons in the game right now would be revolvers or assault rifles, hands down. There is some clothes you can wear, like the bathrobe, that will increase like shotgun damage, but I think you could get better value out of using those equipables, is what it's called in the menu. I always call them trinkets, but it's called equipables in the dev kit. So I would just try to build an assault rifle or a revolver if you're looking for an all-around gun that you can use all the time that's just going to be a man-killer slaughterer. Why don't we jump into my man-killer slaughterer? This is the gun that I use for speed running. It does 160 times 5. We're not done with it yet, though. And what it has is Bombard. We went over Bombard. It has Tandem. Gone over Tandem. Twice, which is going to do minus 25% damage and 1 extra projectile. And then Heavy. And then Disposable, which gives plus 50% damage, but minus 75% durability. That is an extreme oil. But if you're speed running, you're not too worried about your durability. The point in speed running is not to kill a whole bunch. So this thing's pretty nasty, and this is why, now I'm remembering why I have this. So this is why I have this, because we put that on there, and this thing can just lay out anything. It's a little nuts, but going through, if you had like a compensator on there, which I should just throw one on real quick. And I take it back, actually. I like the warmage compensator the most, because it's the least interfering. I mean, it's just like on the side there. It's a little nuts. But if you wanted to decrease how nuts that is, you could also put on the priming bolt, because automatic weapons are obviously going to have more recoil. And I know we went over these. This gives plus 10% damage and minus a little bit of spread too, which isn't bad. Now it's much more usable. So if you're speed running, you go through, pop, 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 try to kill them as fast as you can. Put a laser sight on there too if you want to. And this is why I said we're just kind of like scatterbraining this thing, because we are. Okay, and then another one that is really fun for like a 5 oil gun that doesn't have a lot of negatives to it, because if you're like me, you're not always ADSing. In fact, the game is a little fast-paced and hectic to the point where I almost never ADS. So why not just take away the whole ADS entirely and have 5 oils that all disable aiming, and that's the only negative to them. Like Feature Gun gives plus 30% durability, disables aiming. Hip Blaster gives plus 20% damage, disables aiming. Long shot gives 3 bullet bounces, disables aiming. Pot shot plus 35 disables aiming. That one's crazy good for, like, if you just want to damage one. It's better than both of the add damage oils, in my opinion. And then stable hip, minus 62% and disables aiming. This thing is a beast. I mean, look at it. It's a friggin' man killer. Look at that. And then obviously slap on whatever kind of chisel you'd like. Now, if we're going to talk about chisels, we're going to break away for a second to talk about chisels. Chisels are very strange in the sense that, to me, only 2 of them are likely going to be used by me. I don't see a lot of repurposing for 5.56, 7.62, and 9mm. You can if you want a funnier gun. When we made a minigun, I used 9mm because it felt like more sense for a minigun in my brain. I don't know why. I don't know how big. I'm sure minigun bullets are actually really big, but for me, I wanted them to be ripping out of it. And the smaller the bullet, the lighter it is, the faster it travels. That's just how it is in this game. At least to my, that's what it feels like. I don't know. Even fish has got a drink, homie. All right. Not calling myself a fish. I don't know why I said that. I drink like a fish. Okay. So 9mm, 7.62, 5.56. I don't see a whole lot of usage for those unless you're doing like a challenge run and you can't like slow down and you just need to get whatever you can get. Then you could probably get some purpose out of 7.62 and 5.56. A 9mm challenge run would be fun. Somebody recommended that I do a challenge run with only 9mm guns, and I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. And I just remembering right now that we need to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun because it's an underwhelming bullet. Usually the 2 that I will go to in default when making a strong gun build, something that's going to just wreck house and shit on everything, is 50 BMG or a 12 gauge. And the reason being, well, I don't need to take these out. I mean, they're on display. We're going to take them out anyways, all right? Whatever. I'm not going to be a shithead. So, obviously, when I slap this onto any gun, look what it does to the damage numbers. 85 times 8. I mean, it just buffs the hell out of it. This thing is disgusting now. If I spawn in whatever the hell I want, and I'm not even, this isn't even one that's meant for damage. Look at him just go bye-bye. He just goes bye-bye. That's just how simple that is. And then the thing that's fun about the BMG is that's going to not only give your gun a lot of power. My gosh, I've been like living in this backup save for days, and I still don't know where everything is. It's going to give a lot of power. See, 330 per bullet, and it's not like the little shotgun pellets. And it's very, I mean, obviously this is almost as powerful, but it's also going to give your gun a lot of knockback. Shotgun or sniper ammo gives a lot of knockback. Not necessarily with what we built here, but we did this with, if you do it with like a shotgun, like we did with the Arbiter, and we made the Orbiter. So if you watch that video, you can see exactly how much knockback you can get with sniper rounds, and you could send enemies into space. I mean, I could do it right now. I guess I could do it right now. It wouldn't take more than a moment. Let's see. So we take, where's the Arbiter? Orbiter. Sorry, I'm calling it the Arbiter because that's how I know it. Am I blind? Where is it, man? Oh, it is the Arbiter. Wait, what was I saying? I'm confused now. I've confused myself. So we're going to build a gun on the spot with total confusion. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the 50, and then we're going to grab... So if you're looking to build like a space gun, and like I said, the reason I didn't want to do this is because I've already done it. Tandem, twice. You want a lot of bullets flying out of your gun. That's going to give you the best shot at doing that. So let's get Bombard. But we also kind of want some damage behind this thing too. And bounce. We want a little bit of bounce. So we'll do long shot. And then we'll do... Now, the last one's tough because I do think ADSing with the Arbiter is important. So let's just do disposable. That sounds a little crazy, but we're getting a little wacky. We're building this thing on the spot. I've not tested this. This isn't the exact same build I used for the Orbiter. And this disposable is going to tank the... Yeah, it's got 150 shots now. But this is the kind of stuff you could do with the gun building in this game. So you send them going bye-bye. That wasn't as extravagant as I wanted it to be, though. Wait, do I not have... Why are you not flying as much as you should be? They didn't nerf this, did they? What did I do wrong here? Long shot, tandem, twice, disposable, bombard. Do I need more projectiles? Dude, I don't remember. Go ahead and watch my video on my orbiter gun. I don't know if they nerfed it or what I did different there, but I hadn't had a chance to test that. And I just embarrassed myself in the middle. We're literally at like the midway point here. And I took this as an opportunity to freaking embarrass myself. I'm not like an encyclopedia brain of knowledge. I don't know everything. So when I do make a gun, you know, sometimes I got to make it 2 or 3 times. And if I'm doing it in my main save, I don't make a lot of guns in dev kit. This is the only time I've ever actually done that. So, yeah, it's too easy to have it at your fingertips and then just ruin it. Just watch the crumble in front of you as you make something stupid and embarrass yourself. So, speaking of embarrassing yourself, sometimes you make a gun like, you know, something to help you commit war crimes, which I've done before in the past. Committed war crimes in-game. And something you'd want to do with that is like the Scroll of Noxia. Or Noxia. I don't know. How am I supposed to say that, bro? Okay, so what this does is creates a cloud of deadly poison. We've yada, yada, yada. We've gone over scrolls many times. But you put that on there. You put boulder. You put hoop. We've gone over boulder. Hoop is going to give you +4 bullet bounces and more bullet drop. 2 time is going to give you -10% damage. Projectile amount, 200%. No money drops, +3 spread. That's a really weird oil when you really break it down. And then bombard. And then you're going to slap a shotgun chisel on there. Now you're excited. You're like, yeah, baby. War crime time. This is going to be great. And then you start shooting it. And it's pretty good. You know, I mean, it's definitely a war crime committer here. And then you go inside. And then, okay. Earlier you were killing me. So the point of this thing was to say it's going to murder you. I'm a little scared to get in there, but there are some clothing you can get, like the hazmat suit, the gas mask, the firefighters, the raincoat, the rain shoes, that will negate any negatives you can get from this kind of stuff. So if we strip down to our chonies here, ouchie, man, that's some painful stuff. That'll kill you quick if you're not smart. And if you're like me, you're not smart. So then we put this thing on. Do you have a soda? Give me a soda. I have not bought from you. Get this crap off my screen. Thank you. Come on. I drank the soda, man. Okay, we got hit by some heavy poison here because we're kind of vibrating in this now. We're going to live in this for a little bit. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. One little skull to go. There it is. Okay, now that we have the hazmat stuff on, this gives 100% protection against poison. And it will also crash your game and possibly start a house fire if my PC gets any hotter. What the hell is that? I don't know how I ever use guns like this, man. My game is chugging. But if you were to take this into, I don't know, anywhere you want. So if we were to like, and you know, I believe it was Beat said I should do a run as a caustic impersonator, do a caustic cosplay. And run through with this beast in the hazmat stuff. And he's right, I should do that. And I'll hopefully get around to it. You know, right my wrongs. Because when I did this, I didn't want to change my outfit. I was being a stubborn little bitch. But that was mostly because of storage constraints. Now we don't really have those. I could definitely not be a stubborn little bitch. So now I can run through. Just kill everything. And just, I mean, like, it's just stupid. What kind of, you know, what do I even do with this playthrough? This is beyond goofy. Everything gets poisoned with one shot. And my game is going, it's gone to shit. That's the thing with gun building in this game, is your game can and will, and most certainly has gone to shit with every gun you've ever made. But it's fun. That's the point of a roguelite, is for your game to break. Ever played Risk of Rain 2? That's fine if you haven't. Maybe you've heard of it. That's fine if you haven't. Please don't fucking kill me when I'm doing this. That just sounds annoying. Alright, let's go back to the church. Dev kit's awesome. I can just cheat all the time. Look at me cheating. It's a lot quicker than, alright, I'll be right back, and then fucking quitting and everything. But, so that's, I just wanted to give a little quick tidbit of information on, maybe you haven't seen outfits like this. But they're there. You can actually find the gas mask and the hazmat just as a world drop. You could find them on the ground together. Some people have called it a Breaking Bad Easter egg. I could see that. Why not? It's plus 50% poison, plus 2 armor. Plus 2 armor, plus 50% poison. So you're not getting the best armor in the world. I like to use as my default option plus 12 armor, plus 15% movement when accuracy when moving is the ballistic vest, and then plus 13% armor and plus 90% explosion resistance from the titanium helmet. Both of these are awesome. And then my running shoes occasionally. I bust these out when I'm not in trouble, when I'm not scared. Okay, so moving on, there are some things in the game you need to be worried about. Some stuff doesn't work the way it should. That's just how it is in an early access title. I don't even know if you could find Stiffy Fit anymore, but when the game first launched and for a while, you might be able to still find this. But if you do find this, or if you have this on one of your saves and it's just sitting in a chest or something, don't use it. It looks really interesting. Stiffy Fit. It just says plus 45% max durability. Sounds nice, right? Check this out. You put that on, and I ruined a gun with this. That reload speed. That doesn't look right, do you? That doesn't look right. It has a nerf to reload speed where no other oils in the game currently do that. That's what it should look like. I ruined a hand cannon with that. Unfortunately, at Balthazar. And that sucked. That sucked because I loved it. It was an extreme recoil hand cannon, so I felt like the guy from Jet Set Radio, Jet Ground Radio, the police officer who shoots his gun up in the air. And I don't know. It's an older game. You probably don't know of it. But I loved it. Okay, so moving on. We talked about bigger bullets. I don't know why I wanted to make a small bullet gun. But I did notice something interesting with it. When you shoot it, it does seem like the bullets go a little faster. To me, right? Those seem like they're going a little faster. And that's why I wanted to make that. And you could also put 9mm on here. And how do I keep forgetting where I put this stuff? Where is it, man? Okay. 9mm. So put that on there. And it definitely, I don't know. Something, I don't know. Is it like a blink of the eye kind of thing? Looks like it's faster to me. So you could have a little bit of use of 9mm by... No, see, 9mm is just so weak. It's just so weak, man. It's just not my shit. It's not my jam. But it does look like it fires. The bullets go a little faster because they're smaller, therefore lighter. Has that all the guns? Did we go through all the guns I made? I spent a lot of time making these guns. Yeah, I think we did. Damn. Well, I'll see you later then. See you. Bye. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. We're not leaving just yet. That's a lot of information in a very short time. Thanks to energy drinks. This is G Fuel. That's why I have to keep shaking it. I got a tub for Christmas. I'm still working through it. But there's still some more I want to say on gun building. And I hope you guys have questions, because the more we talk about it, the more I realize what I could have missed. And I want to help you do your best when it comes to making guns. And I know I said I wouldn't tier list these oils because it would just take so damn long, but there's a couple of things we can do. I can tell you what my favorite ones to go for are for certain things. So to me, the most like powerful oils in the game are projectile amount oils. Multi-shot's not a good... It's not a good one, not a good example. But tandem. Because the negative to damage is something, but you're getting an extra bullet, so therefore you tighten the spread with even just a warmage compensator, and those 2 bullets are probably going to hit, and you're almost getting double damage. That's kind of crazy. Damage ones are also decent, like pot shot is great. Bullet bouncing, I think, is not that good. It's good in tight areas if you get enough bullets bouncing around, but ultimately, it's underwhelming, and I kind of wish that they would penetrate. I thought they would penetrate, that bullets would automatically penetrate, but, you know, if we're going to be changing up gameplay aspects, you know, taking away my sniper scope without having an ADS kind of stuff, maybe we can make it so bullets penetrate. But then you kind of lose out on the ragdoll effect, so maybe an oil that will allow bullet penetration or some stat for that would be nice. We know RPM is coming. So shooting bullets faster will be coming, and that might be really fun with bullet bouncing. If you didn't know that, spoilers, I guess. I mean, it might not be coming. We saw in the dev kit, you know, should be the only thing I accidentally spoil here today. I'm so sorry. I also like the recoil ones because recoil is nice, and then obviously the ones that make it so you can get, you know, infinite ammo, but you have to pair those. That could be the tough thing. And the weird ones, like boulder oil. Did you know boulder oil is the only oil in the game right now that is the color blue? It's the only one like that. I have no clue why. There's no clear description anywhere why that one's blue, but it is. And then obviously ones that disable aiming, because I find in this game aiming is like an afterthought. Just hipfire it. Just hipfire it all the time. If you start hipfiring all the time, you'll never run into issues and be weary of putting on oils that won't let you ADS. You just don't need to ADS. And then I also compiled my favorites. I picked a top 10 in no particular order. These are my top 10 favorite oils in the game. These are ones that when I see them, I grab them, and I highly suggest that you do as well. You've got Bombard, which is minus 10 damage plus 200% projectile amount and more bullet drop, but it's not that bad. The bullet drop is not that bad. It's totally manageable as long as you're not throwing on a bunch of bullet drop. You just got to aim up a little bit. It's not that bad. It's a really powerful oil in my opinion. And then, like I said, Boulder is a one-of-a-kind oil, and I can't help but love it because of that. All the added bonuses there with the extra damage and the bullet bounce and the bigger bullets. Obviously, if the bullet is bigger, it's going to be easier to hit something. Again, it's not going to be something you're going to want to mix with, say, Bombard. That could be a little dangerous. I would probably rather have Bombard most of the time, but Boulder's really fun, and I find myself using it a lot. Feature Gun is going to take away aiming, but 30% max durability can be really good. Now, if you do too much durability on a gun, that's a tricky thing. This has been a subject of debate for a long time. Durability in this game is weird because every oil you put on a gun, and this should have been something I said at the very beginning, but if you know me, that's like my catchphrase. I should have said this a while ago. I should have said this 8 videos ago. Every oil you put onto a gun is going to make 1 more durability per shot. So if you put on 1 oil to a gun, it's going to cost 2 per shot. You put on 2 oils to a gun, it's going to cost 3. Yeah, that's right. So if you max out a gun with 5 oils or enchantments, scrolls as well, not weapon attachments. You can put as many weapon attachments as you want. That will never impact it. That won't change your durability at all. But the more you do that, so if you were to put 5 durability oils on a gun, it's pretty stupid. I did it for a run, and it was just kind of boring. It just makes the gun, it's just boring. It doesn't pop enough. It doesn't do enough damage, and I don't know. So this is one of the two. This is one of the 2 durability oils that I would recommend, and I would never use 2 durability items on a gun, and I almost never use Feature Gun, but I do like Feature Gun because, I don't ADS a lot. Heavy oil is one that I love because plus 60% damage, but the more bullet drop is kind of annoying, I know, but the bigger bullets, plus 60% damage is a huge buff, and I genuinely enjoy that one. Also, if for some reason you've made it this far and you haven't realized it, you cannot remove oils, scrolls, or weapon attachments once they're attached, so please don't ask that. Let me get that out of the way right now. There are loading screens that tell you that, all right? That's why I don't mention some stuff, because there are straight-up loading screens. You should be reading them. Those are helpful hints. Those are helpful tip hints. Just pick one. Just pick one and go with it. Those are helpful tips that you're gonna want to know them. Okay, you're driving me crazy with this. Don't ask me how to remove goddamn oils, you bitch. Okay. My favorite durability oil is going to be the Inherited oil, which is going to give you plus 50% max durability and minus 100% loot chance. Once again, once you reach the promised land, once you beat the game and you're just making fun guns to fuck around with, you don't beat minus loot chance. You just don't beat it. Or no organs drop. Who cares? Because you can still go open up chests and find loot that way. That's the thing that confuses the hell out of me. The primary source of the good loot is going to be from chests and breaking stuff. It's not going to be from killing enemies. Enemies will drop some good loot from time to time. And if it was like an android or something, then yeah, maybe I don't want a negative loot chance, but just carry 2 guns, bozo. Carry 4. I don't care what you do. But it's just a knock to loot chance and plus 50% max durability. That is a crazy oil, man. That's a good one. And then long shot, plus 3 bullet bounces, disables aiming. I said I don't like bullet bouncing because it feels underwhelming, but it is cool. You know, it is cool to have bullets whizzing around. That is neat. I find most of the time that I'm underwhelmed by bullet bouncing. Pot shot is my favorite damage. I like this more than heavy because it doesn't do anything other than disable aiming, and plus 35, again, is a decent-sized damage buff. That's almost half. That's almost 50%, and all it does is take away the aiming. I use this on a lot of guns, a lot of powerful guns. It's very good. Stable hip, same thing, but with recoil. Recoil is totally manageable, and if you use a gun long enough, you don't even recognize the recoil anymore. So you can use that and just take away that whole learning factor and just have a gun that's already a laser beam. Tandem is the best without bullet drop, minus 15%, and then an extra projectile, and then twice is the same thing. Pair tandem and twice, you've got 3 bullets and only a knock of, what, 40% damage? That's pretty decent, man. So now I think you should be ready to go build any gun you can even imagine. Now I could go in and show you every piece of clothing that could have a negative, negative effect, or, how the assault rifle jacket, the military jacket gives assault weapon damage increase, or you could just go find them by playing the game and looting and being surprised by loot, because I think a big part of this game is being surprised by the loot. It wouldn't take me long at all to just show them to you, but I do think it's more fun to be like, hey, I didn't know this was in this game. And I just showed you every friggin' oil. There's a lot more in the dev kit. I won't go into any specifics, but I will show you how much is in here. And that's a lot more than what I have in there. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot of oils that they're working on. There's obviously some that we don't have access to that a newer build would have, because the devs are playing on something much newer than what we have. The devs are playing in Deep Woods right now, okay? If you want to be jealous of anybody, be jealous of the devs goofing around in Deep Woods, testing it, making sure it runs right, okay? That's the real jealousy bug that's getting bitten here. So, don't forget, Kevin is where you get oils, too. That's a good part. You get oils from him, you get weapon attachments from Ralphie, and you get weapons from Stiffleg. That's why all 3 of them are at the church. I'm trying to think of anything I could have missed, and I'm sure there's some really big important thing that I'm just completely blanking on. I don't know. I've showed you some of the best guns you can make, some of the goofiest guns you can make, and, some to avoid, like don't use boomstick, try not to if you can avoid it. I've ruined guns with that, thinking it'll be funny, and then it's just, the guns are just not a pleasant experience to use. Yeah, this is my guide to gun building. Now, I don't want it to end at the end of this video. I never want it to end at the end of this video. So if there's anything that was confusing, anything that you need additional information on, I love to type, man. I will type all day long. I could be, I could be wherever you need me with these questions. And then there's also other people that might have the answers. So after you're done, if you knew everything I said and you know even more, for one, tell me in the comments what more you know about, and then for 2, help somebody out. If I haven't gotten to somebody and they have a big question and they're struggling with some aspect of weapons in Sulfur, help them out. Let them know what's up, because the Sulfur community is like the nicest community in gaming, according to me. Not one person have I come across has been a dick or anything like that. Everybody's just been super cool and helpful, because it's a challenging game. That's the weird thing about challenging games, is everybody's like, they're just like a shoulder to lean on, and that's nice. I think that's really nice. And I don't know. So just help somebody. If they're struggling and you're damn certain you know the answer, just drop a comment or reply and let them know what's going on. And then I will do the same once I get a chance to check it out. Again, I'm sure I'm missing something. I'm always missing something. I spent a lot of time getting these together and figuring out some fun combos for you guys. I don't know why I was dead set on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought that was cool. In my brain, I was like, this is some Watch Mojo shit. They're going to love this. But yeah, if I go any further, I'll just keep yapping. If there's any videos you want to see, let me know. I'm still working on the town guide, working on something else, which might fall apart because it's just been way too hard to do. But I have started working on the town guide again, so hopefully we get that done soon. If there's anything you want to see me do challenge run-wise, Live stream wise, let me know. I'm always open for recommendations. I usually make the videos when people recommend them or ask me to do them. Usually. There's some that I'm saving back pocket for a rainy day. Like I did the controller video. That was a rainy day video. I was like, I don't know what to do. I have an Xbox controller right here. Let's just do it. But either way, I hope you're having a great day. The weekend starts tomorrow. So enjoy the hell out of that, and enjoy the hell out of your gun building. Again, I am so sorry if I forgot anything. So sorry.